Om Shanti. I'm very happy today to be welcoming and introducing Brother Mohan of Madhuban, who is going to give a class on the subject disaster management. Brother Mohan, he is one of our senior brothers who has been in this knowledge for the past 42 years. He came to Baba as a student of engineering, and as he came to Baba, he started opening many centers in different parts of northern India. And he was having a very high post in India's very big company called ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, where he was working as the superintendent geophysicist. And when this Gyan Sarovar was built, Baba made him resign from the job so that he could give all his time for the activities of Gyan Sarovar. And presently he is looking after the training activities of this institution and is the academy coordinator of this Academy for a Better World, Gyan Sarovar. And he has been instrumental in organizing and leading many awareness campaigns, especially environmental awareness campaigns, and has also won an award for that by the government of India. And he's also participated in many national and international conferences, especially giving lectures on management, environment, science, spirituality, meditation, and related subjects. And in recognition of his service in the field of human resources development, he was honored an international award from International Association of Education for World Peace and Commonwealth Association for the Education and Training of Adults in the year 2004. And in the year 2000, he visited USA and UK for delivering lectures on various subjects of spiritual interest. He has also created a number of exhibitions on various themes as industrial peace, children's upliftment, youth development, and also written 5 books on spiritual empowerment, global cooperation for better world, new direction and education, science, spirituality, ethics, and environment, and also rural development. And today he's going to talk on disaster management. He has prepared an exhibition on this, on disaster management, which he will put on display outside this Harmony Hall. And recently he organized a very big conference here where many engineers and scientists came, especially on disaster management, because this is the very important subject of today, as we cannot, actually predict when nature will create its havoc. And also, he traveled all over Gujarat in a campaign, organizing Baba's programs in big organizations and talking about disaster management. So, physical as well as spiritual way of managing disaster. He will give a class on this. So, we welcome Brother Mohan. Om Shanti, yes?
Om Shanti. Bab Dada is giving us spiritual knowledge so that we can attain the stage of perfection. And in this process, Baba tells us about the beginning of this word Rama, the middle and the end of this word cycle. As a matter of fact, there is no end of the word, as Baba always says. It's only the transformation into the new word. And the way this transformation takes place is also very unique. Usually it is said that necessity is the mother of invention. As and when anything is required, when the necessity is created, then the science or any human being responsible for it, they create that thing so that ultimately it could be used by the humanity. It is said that this world is a game, and in this game there are two major players. Who are those two major players? This word drama. One is this Prakriti, means these 5 elements of nature. And the other one is soul. So this word is a game of this soul and these 5 elements of nature. So on this word Rama, we all are playing part. We all are souls. Through this body, we play the part, and this body, as we all know, is made up of these 5 basic elements. If we see this one in a much broader sense, then again, this whole world, this Prakriti, the nature, is there, and Shiv Baba is playing the part. Of course, he is playing the part only in Sangam Yuga, but in the rest of the period, we all souls play the part. So this game is going on uninterrupted. A continuity is being maintained. Now, at the end, when the transformation of the word is required for making this word a new one, when it is degenerated up to a stage where further the repair work cannot be done, then Baba creates a new word. And in that context, this disaster awareness is very necessary. Because this disaster plays a major role in the word transformation. Baba has given number of murlis. In Sakar Murli also, in Avyakt Murlis also, Baba has said number of times that this nature helps you a lot in the word transformation, because basically this word nature is having 2 meanings, we all know. What are those 2 meanings? This nature, external nature, 5 elements of nature, and the human nature. And both are having a great interconnection with each other. 3-4 days back only Baba was telling that why this nature, 5 elements of nature, they have become very much angry in this period. You might have heard the Murli only some 3-4 days back. And this anger is represented in the form of these so-called disaster, the earthquake, flood, famine, the fire, and like that. Because nature is very angry. Why this nature is angry? Because the human nature has also become like that, and both are having great interconnection. As this drama is of Purush and Prakriti, and when the human nature degenerates, accordingly these external elements of nature, they also degenerate. So basically this disaster, now we talk little about the external disaster and ultimately the mental disaster, and how we can successfully face the coming days when these 5 elements of nature will go beyond their limits. So basically the disasters are of 2 types. All the governments, they have divided it. One is natural disaster, another is human-induced disasters. So by human-induced disasters, we mean like these different terrorist activities, what has happened we all know in the World Trade Center, and likewise where the human beings or the technologies made by human beings, they are responsible. The gas tragedy in India, and like that radioactive, that tragedy in Russia and other places, Chernobyl. So these disasters, human-induced and the natural disasters. Natural disaster means the disasters created by the earth in the form of flood, this earthquake, etc. The element of water in the form of flood or no water, droughts, like that. Similarly, extreme heat, extreme cold, cyclones, etc. So these 2 types of major disasters, United Nations also have now realized. The last decade was declared by UN as the decade of disaster awareness and the decade of disaster reduction. The last decade was declared by UN. And they have started emphasizing now, United Nations, that instead of giving importance to relief work and the recovery work, we should concentrate more for the preparedness, because this disaster management includes different aspects: preparedness, reduction, recovery, mitigation, etc. So far the emphasis was on the recovery and relief work. No doubt it is necessary, because these natural disasters, they come without any information. All of a sudden, they fall. So that is necessary. But along with that one, what is required more is the preparedness part. And this is the major paradigm shift now, everywhere in the world. And all the major governments and NGOs and other relief agencies, they are giving importance to this preparedness part. UN has also emphasized in their book, and they have given examples, number of examples of different countries, including a few from India also, because India is very much prone. Our about 85% of land is prone to different type of disasters. So UN has emphasized that one, giving him an example of Andhra Pradesh, one of the states in India, that in 1980s one cyclone came, and in which about more than 10,000 people, they lost their lives. Then the emphasis government realized, and they started giving more emphasis on the preparedness part. And another cyclone came in the late 1990s of the same intensity. But though it was of the same intensity, but less than 1,000 people lost their life. Because the more emphasis was given on the preparedness part. So whereas on the one part, government and other agencies, they are giving emphasis on this preparedness part. But what is more important is required the mental preparedness. Though we are having the preparedness at the physical level, but each and every disaster affects the human mind, and it becomes very difficult to cope up with the losses, the financial, the relationship, the all type of losses what the human beings encounter. So the mental preparedness is one of the most important aspects to face the disasters which are likely to come, which may be coming definitely, as Baba has said, and with more and more intensities. So what should be our preparedness for that one? Last year, 2004, it was declared by the Government of India as the year of scientific awareness. And this institution did number of activities to bring the scientific awareness in the masses. And at the end, in December, one finale was organized there at Vigyan Bhavan, Delhi. So year 2004, December 27th. That program was inaugurated by one of the central ministers of Government of India. And we all know what had happened one day before, on 26th December. Do you recollect? No? Yes. Tsunami. Yes. And the minister, when he came for that inauguration, he referred to that one. That yesterday this tsunami has come. And he especially emphasized, he told that though the tsunami struck in Indonesia and the Thailand, other part, and after that there was more than 1.5 hours for that water to travel to the Indian coasts, and that time was sufficient for getting the information and taking some of the measures which could have reduced the human loss and the loss of property. But no information was available, and that we all know about 2,35,000 people perished during tsunami. 0.2 millions, 0.25 millions or so. So, in that context, he was telling that a few years back one seminar was organized, and one retired general of United States, after retirement and after some 10 years or so, he revealed that United States is now preparing for the disaster in some other noble ways. What were those noble ways? Because US and some all other leading countries, the developing countries, where the scientific advancement has taken place much more, that this telecommunication and these things, they may not give support at the time of war or natural disasters. Because whenever the natural disasters they come, first of the casualty is the communication. All the telephone lines, the towers of these mobiles and others, they suffer a lot. So what to do? And for that one, it was revealed that US is conducting one noble experiment. What is that noble experiment? That whenever the twins, siblings, they take birth, then with the consent of parents, those siblings, those twins, they are adopted by the government, and adopted in the sense that they take all the responsibilities. It was confidential for a good number of years, and then this was after a particular period, then it was revealed that government, they take and then they give all type of similar education, similar upbringing, same type of food, same type of clothing, etc., so that their mental development is also similar of those twins, brothers, two brothers, or one brother, one sister, or two sisters, so that they can be used for the telepathic purpose. And he revealed, I am telling you that this thing which was revealed, that till that time about 28 twins, they were trained and they were adopted by the government. And one, how they were trained? That one used to be kept at the base station, other used to be sent deep inside the seas, thousands of miles distant apart, and they used to communicate telepathically. One used to send the signal, okay, now take this right turn, this latitude, this longitude, and accordingly the other one used to receive, and other one used to send the signals, mental signals, to the first one. Sorry. And this communication, and he told that up to some 70% success they have achieved, 70% correctness, कि whatever the mental signals they are being sent, they are correct up to 70%. Now, as a matter of fact, this is nothing but what Baba says about the Raj Yoga meditation. We all are having telepathic communication with the Baba, Supreme One. And when this communication is established, then we are giving this communication, this power, the vibration, the energy to the rest of the world, to the suffering souls and others, so they get the peace and solace. And as a matter of fact, Baba is training us for this purpose since long. And this is going to help us a lot at the time when this disaster struck. So how to make ourselves sufficiently competent, sufficiently powerful to face this disaster now? Well, usually what happens, that a friendship is developed between two persons. When their sanskars, they are of similar type. Even after the class daily, we see that when the class is over, we go outside and all persons go to their work or job. but some of them they will be talking and mixing more with each other, because they are, in general, the sanskar, they match. So Baba also says that you try to match your sanskars with these 5 elements of nature. And if we match our sanskar with these 5 elements of nature, then they will support us at the time of need, at the time when we require their help maximum. How to match our sanskar with these basic elements? I am reminded of the 18th January 1969, when Sakar Baba left his body. And I had the good fortune to be here. Last 2 days I came. I was at a very distant place in Assam, and on 17th January 1969, I, along with my Lokik father, we reached here, and we had the opportunity to see Baba on 17th and 18th, full day, and the Karmatit stage, the perfection, the stage of perfection in Baba. And when Baba left his body, you see, on 18th night, Baba left his body, and till 21st, Baba's body was kept here. No injection, no medicines, no preservers. But even after 3 days, Baba's body was so much flexible, so was shining. It was on 19th, 20th and 21st afternoon. In the evening, the cremation was done, last rites, because everywhere, wherever the message was sent, then we were receiving telegrams, telephones, etc. Keep the body, we are reaching. And all the Baba's children, they were coming. So the body was kept till 21st afternoon. Usually after death, the body stiffness takes place. But we have seen that on 21st till 21st evening, Baba's body was so flexible, it was so much shining, and it was just conveying the message, because usually whenever we used to go and we used to come to Baba, then Baba will spread his arm. Oh, children, come here, like that. Sweet children, Sakar Baba used to tell. And in that one process, we all used to go to Baba's arms and then completely used to forget ourselves. So much strong Baba's vibrations. Then I am telling you about that 18th January, those full days, 2 days, we were with Baba. And when Baba left his body was so much shining, and just it was visible from that almost dead body that Baba will just get up, and as usual Baba will say, oh, come sweet children, and we will again just go to the Baba's arms and receive those vibrations. So Baba has conquered these 5 elements of nature, because even after those about 70 hours or so, the body was all exactly same. Baba says that you have to conquer, you have to purify the soul, you have to send the vibration to all the souls of this universe, and you have to purify these 5 elements of nature. So Baba was the living example. So how to make friendship with these 5 elements of nature? Say, earth is there. What are the basic qualities of earth? Yes? Earth is basically a giver. Always you put one seed, the whole tree will come and number of seeds will be generated. Baba says the same thing, be a giver. Always through your all activities, not necessarily in the form of this physical form, but your vibrations, your qualities, your virtues. Always give. Always be a giver. The earth is having the power of tolerance. So if we adopt this nature, these qualities of always giving to all the persons, all the soul, all the nature, natural elements, everybody whomsoever comes in our contact, then we are matching our sanskar with the earth, you see, with this mother earth. And with this one, the power of tolerance, this virtue of giving also. Then whatever the paper come from the earth side, which is the most important paper, it is in the form of these earthquakes. You see, now everywhere the earthquakes, they are coming, more and more earthquakes are coming. But if we have made friendship with this earth element, then the earth is not going to make us suffer. Whatever the big earthquake comes, but since I have made friendship with earth, so I am going to be saved. Because why it is important also? Because it is said that Antmate Sogate. In India, in Hindi we say Antmate Sogate. Whatever in the end, whenever I breathe last, at that time, whatever the stage I am having, accordingly my birth is going to take place. If in the end I remember only Baba, nothing else, then accordingly my birth will be there. And if other things, other human beings, other physical other things, luxuries, etc., they come in my mind, accordingly the birth will be there. So we have to make sure that in the end nothing interferes between myself and Shiv Baba. Nothing comes, and this will only happen if I make the friendship with these 5 elements. Say for example water. What is the quality of water? Basic qualities. Yes, water is flexible. Most important thing is, if you take in glass, it will adopt the shape of glass. If you take in bucket like that, it will adjust in any type of utensil, whatever is there. So I have to see myself, I have to ask whether I am also of the same nature. Can I adjust in all the situation and circumstances? That property of water, the quality, the virtue. And water always goes ahead. Whatever the obstructions are there, big boulders and other things, water will make its own way. It will not stop. So accordingly, I have to see whether in all situation, whatever the difficult situation they come, whether I make my own way. Because once, if water stops, then what happens? It will start giving bad smell, or mosquitoes and other things, they will be generated. Similarly, if my progress stops, if my moving ahead stops, then the negativities, the jealousy, hatred, anger, greed, etc., they will be generated. So if these things are there in me, it means somewhere my some sanskar is restricting me to move ahead. And that I have to introspect. Whether my progress has diminished Of course, Brahman's progress, it never stops. They will always be moving ahead. But sometimes the rate of the progress diminishes, slows down. So, what are the other qualities of water? Number of qualities. If you put the water, take the water and put in some on the heat burner, so it will start boiling. But once you start keeping again, stops the burner and take it out, again gradually it will come to its normal stage. Again I have to see, if suppose some situations make me just to go away from my original sanskars, then whether how much period that situation keeps me in that position. Baba says there are 3 types of impressions, lines. You remember in one of the Vyakt Murli, if suppose on the water, if you just try to create a line with say a stick, as soon as you move the stick, the line will vanish. Second type of impression is on the sand. On the sand, if you try to make one line, for some time it will remain, but after that, when the air blows, wind blows, it will be just in the original shape. But the third one is impression on stone, a sort of carving that lasts almost permanently. So similarly, my sanskars are also there. If suppose some adverse situation comes in my life, then whether it remains momentary, just like the line on the water, impression on the water, or it goes away just like sand. For some time it remains, it affects me. Sometimes the negative thoughts come. I feel that my yoga, my meditation is not up to the mark or so. But again, after some time, it normalizes. But if some impression is there which makes me almost for a longer period, much long period, that I have to check. So this, as the water, it is taken out, the impression goes away and water comes into its original form. Similarly, I have to see that minimum possible. First of all, Maya or our weak sanskar and other thing, they should not affect, but if at all they are affecting, it should not last long, because more the time it consumes, more the deeper impression it creates, and it makes the soul little weak. So like that, water having number of other qualities. Similarly, another element, say fire. How the fire is represented in the nature? Fire is represented by what? Yes? The sun. Sun represents fire. So, the quality of fire, what is the foremost quality of the fire? Yes, foremost quality is, yes, it changes the shape and form of the thing which is put in the fire. So, I have to see that myself, my soul, so much powerful is my meditation, my yoga, that whomsoever comes before me, he is coming weeping, and after seeing me, after receiving vibrations from me, he goes in a very happy mood. Peaceless soul comes, but gets so much peace, so much solace after coming before me. So that much fire, that much powerful stage should be there, that is making friendship with the fire. And if that sanskar we inculcate, then whatever the extreme heat is there in the nature or extreme cold is there in the climate, that bringing disaster to all. But by somehow, by some means, that will not affect me because I have made friendship with that element. And similarly, the air, the wind. What is the basic quality of the wind? Air. It takes everything up. The light, very light. So we have to see that under adverse situations, under difficult conditions, I also remains light, doesn't become heavy. Because heavy thing is attracted by the earth. And once if I become heavy, this earth, this my body, it will be making my soul also heavy. Heavy in the sense that I will not be able to fly. And if that situation comes, then the adverse situation, whatever is there, it will make me more heavy and a sort of vicious cycle will start. So I have to see that under all different difficult situations, let me remain light. And if I am light, then whatever the disaster comes, whatever the cyclone comes, whatever the tsunamis come, but either I will be having something preconceived notions, pre-information, touching will be there from Baba, that automatically I will be moving towards the safe places. One Mr. Deepak Chopra, a management guru, he came here last year and he revealed, he told that during the tsunami, one strange thing was studied, that though the human being, they perished a lot number of places, but the animals, they survived. He was giving examples of Thailand, Indonesia and number of other places, because they are more in harmony with nature, and that is why before that one they started moving and they all survived. So the one who is in more harmony with nature, and this nature means 5 elements, if we are more in harmony with it, then this nature will forewarn us in one way or other so that I don't get suffer. And likewise the 5th element also. And these all qualities were very much visible in Sakar Brahma Baba. I had the opportunity to be with him, and in about 1963 I came in this knowledge, and 63 to 69 number of times I had the opportunity to be with Sakar Baba. And in the last 2 days when I was with Baba, I found that these qualities in abundance in Baba. Earlier when we used to go to Baba, Baba used to listen us. Okay, come on, what is the services you are doing? What are the services? But as Baba was approaching towards the Karmatit stage, final stage, then Baba was becoming more and more introvert. And in that one, when we used to go to Baba, then we observed number of times that we will go before Baba, Brahma Baba. Baba, Baba, we say, our Brahmani, the sister who brings us, she will say. Then suddenly Baba will get a sort of little jerk. Hello, yes, are you saying anything? So physically Baba used to be in this world, but most of the time mentally just with Shiv Baba and other subtle world. And number of times this used to happen. And then Baba will listen us for very few moments, and again Baba will go to that stage. This was one of the main things. Second thing, that whenever earlier we used to go to Baba, Baba will listen us, Baba will ask, yes, if any problem is there, we will say Baba, and Baba used to give answer. But as Baba was approaching towards Karmatit stage, I observed number of time myself that we used to go to Baba, Baba will give us little drishti like that. And then Baba will say the problem also, the question, whatever is in our mind, and then will give the answer. Oh, you have come for this one? Okay, do like this will happen, and then Baba will again be, say, mentally in other word. Once it has happened, twice happened, third time happened, number of times. Then I asked one senior, Dadi, how it is that Baba is just like a sort of number of times thought reader. We are going with Baba that this we will ask this question, and Baba will just give us drishti, and Baba will say the problem or question also, whatever in our mind, and Baba will give the answer also. Then I got the answer that just Baba has attained that stage, or towards in the process of attaining the stage of complete, say, mental victory, mind power, ichha matram avidya, no ichha hai. And if the person who is having no desire of his own, then he can read the desire of anybody else. Just like if the water is there, the clean water is there, then we can see our face in it very clearly. But if suppose the vibrations are there, ripples, if you put a stone, ripples will be there, then you can't see your face very clearly. Similarly, if I am having my own thoughts, my own feelings, my own emotions, my own ambitions, then I can't read the others' feelings who are coming before me. And this is one of the foremost quality which is required in the end by all of us. Because in the end, as Baba says, number of persons will be coming before you with so many desires. Just like now they go to the temples or churches or other places, God, fulfill our these desires. They simply say, communicate. But in the end, hundreds and thousands of people will be coming to you with different desires. Somebody will come with the desire of to get peace. Somebody with happiness, desire of happiness, like that. So unless you are able to read their desires, how can you fulfill? Because if somebody comes with the desire to get peace, if I give him love, then he will not be contented, he will not be satisfied. So I must be able to read others' desires, whatever is there in the mind. And once I read that desire, then accordingly I can fulfill their desire by sending that type of vibrations, that type of feelings. So first and foremost is to make my mind completely plain, completely clean. So conquering my own desires, my own thoughts. And in Baba we observed number of times these things. Baba will say especially on 18th January, you see, I was sitting before Baba. 18th January, you have seen in Pandav Bhavan, Madhuban, that small hall, history hall is there, isn't it? And in the history hall, just as the class was there, just let me tell one or two things. On 18th January, as usual in the morning, Baba came, 18th January, 1969, I am telling, and I had the good fortune to be there on that day, 17th and 18th. So there are three just sandlis, the places where the people sit, and 3 on one, Baba used to sit, the extreme left, Mama used to sit, and in the middle one, those who used to come to Madhuban, they used to sit and narrating their experiences, why for they have come, and before leaving to their places after a week or so, they used to sit in that middle one, whatever I have achieved during the last 6-7 days. And accordingly, after narrating all this, they used to go. So on 18th January, Baba came, Baba sat, and as usual, Baba gave drishti to all. A few number of students were there at that time. It was cold weather, so Baba, this was the mode of giving drishti to Baba. Baba will give drishti, so 2-3 seconds to all. To each and everyone, Baba will give drishti like that. And then again, Baba's drishti used to come to Dadi Prakash Mani ji and Kumarka Dadi, who was sitting just before Baba and giving drishti. Quite a lot of time Baba gave drishti to her and again giving drishti to all. So Baba was preparing to all that is the last Sakar Milan. Through this body, through this Brahma Baba's body, Shiv Baba's and Brahma Baba's, this last Milan was there. So that day Baba gave drishti, but after on usual days, Baba used to clear his throat, and after cleaning the throat, then Baba used to give the murli, and before that, one song used to be played. So a few lines of the songs. So Baba just cleared his throat. We all became ready with our diary and pen, but again Baba started giving drishti. So this has happened number of times, and that was the only day, as we were told by Dadis and other seniors, that day Baba did not give any murli, did not speak any words. And in the end, Baba got up and then, okay, meethe meethe bachon ko yaad pyar, good morning, just like Baba said, and then Baba moved away. So earlier Dadi used to say that even on the day of operation when Baba was operated, even that day Baba did not miss murli. But on 18 January 1969, in the morning hour, Baba fulfilled everybody with Yog Drishti. So that day, Baba only gave drishti, no murli. We were told that even on the day of operation, when a few years back Baba was operated, Baba just on the bed itself, he gave murli. But that was probably the only day, 18th January. Because Baba was having idea that this is probably the last Milan, last day, and just Baba wanted to fulfill each and every children with all the powers. Well, the whole day passed as usual, and everybody was thinking that Baba has not given any murli, but nobody thought much about it. Evening came, then in the night, usually in Madhuban, the night class is there at around 9 o'clock, after everybody takes dinner, and 9 to 10. This was also the practice during those days. But that particular day, 18th January, around 8 o'clock, Baba called one of the brother, and then Baba told that Baba will take class now today earlier and inform all the persons. So at that time earlier, there was no this public address system. There used to be one bell, and then bell, the information used to be given by just as in the class schools, the bell is there. So everybody was informed about 8:15 or so that Baba will take class early. So please reach. So accordingly, everybody assembled in the small house, a small hall, about till 8:30, and then Baba entered the classroom. So that day, Baba, since it was the last Karmatit stage, Baba was so much shining, and each and every just part of the body was radiating the light. Just I was seeing and seeing continuously, and Baba came and then gave the Murli. And the beauty of that day's Murli is that though Baba was having that sore throat, but that day for the whole half an hour or so, not even once this sore this throat come in between. And Baba's Murli, even that cassette is also available there in Panda Bhavan last days. You can listen that how Baba gave the Murli, very fine flow, and most of the things whatever Baba said that day, it is written on the Shanti Stambh, the Tower of Peace. And then in the end, and not a single time this sore throat came. That symbolizes that when one achieves the Karmatit stage, the final stage, the last stage, then all the Karm Bhog, all the bodies, this Bhognas, and these they are conquered by the Karmatit stage. And in the end, whatever the problems are there from the body side and other sanskar side, they all will subside so that the soul can leave the body without any hindrance, problem. That is the last Karmatit stage which we all have to attain. So Baba just showed the path and gave the example that how at the end, no sore throat, complete, very fine, till the last moment, doing the service, giving the Murli, and in the end, just Baba got up, and again Baba started giving drishti to all. Acha, मीठे मीठे बच्चों को याद प्यार, good night. Baba in the evening class always used to say and then go. Then Baba said, again started moving towards the gate, but one step only. Again Baba stopped, again turned back, and Baba started giving drishti to all. And always in the end, Baba's drishti used to come to Badi Dadi, Prakashmani Dadi ji, because Baba was having this in mind, this is the last, even through this body, through these eyes, Baba is meeting for the last time. And then again Baba started moving, again Baba stopped. Just as Baba wanted to fulfill each and every soul with all the powers what Baba was having, and gave drishti to all, and again started moving. So 5-6 times, though this is a small hall, the history hall is not very big, but after every step Baba used to turn back and started giving drishti, and then and at the end Baba reached the gate, and then Baba said, okay, goodbye, Baba takes your leave. Baba बच्चों से विदाई लेता है, छुट्टी. Earlier Baba never uttered such words, that the final goodbye. But that day, Baba said. And then with the smiling face and all giving drishti, and so much enlightened face, the eyes were radiating, and the hands, everything, Baba started moving towards his room. And then we all know Baba then went to his room, and then Baba, Dadi's hand in his hand, Baba bade final goodbye and left the body. So this is the last stage, that even when the last stage is there, such a smiling face, shining face, everything, and then leaving the body and very comfortably and going away. So this stage we all have to attain, and Baba was the example. And this is possible only because the soul is having biggest connection, maximum time connection with this body, these 5 elements. And that is why these elements, they attract. They will not allow the soul to leave the body so quickly. But if we have made friendship with these 5 elements, then these friends will say comfortably goodbye, they will not stop, and the soul will fly away. So in the context of these disasters, whenever the disaster falls, we don't know. Suddenly the earthquake may come, suddenly anything, cyclone, the tsunamis, whatever it comes. So it will come without giving any notice. That is why it is essential to make this friendship, to inculcate the virtues what these elements they show. So let us make this practice. Each and every elements have got number of virtues what they show. And then if we practice inculcating those, then we will be conquering these 5 elements of nature. In Baba also what we have seen, this one. The last day I was telling you, I was sitting just before Baba, and Baba was giving Murli. You see, Baba is a great magnet, puller. We all know, and even when we all listen Baba's Murli, always sometimes there is a subtle desire that if Baba calls us on the stage, if I can get some toli from Baba's hand, like that, always subtle desire is there. And at that time I was very young, and I was thinking just that though Baba is giving Murli, but let Baba give some direction specifically to me. And as soon as this thought came to my mind, just I am telling you of the Karmatit stage. The soul who has attained the Karmatit stage, that soul will be able to catch anybody's, you see, thoughts and will always fulfill it. And that is why the deities, they are said as Data, always giver. So the thought came to my mind, oh, if Baba says something particularly, specifically for me to go ahead. And immediately after that, within a few seconds, Baba in the Murli itself giving my name, and then what are the Purusharat which I was doing, like that. And Baba encouraged. So much enthusiasm and encouragement Baba has given. So let me also be transparent like that one, so that anybody, whomsoever comes before, even in my temples, in the places in the temples where my statues are there, if even they are feeling that they are getting fulfillment before our statues, why not before me when I am alive? Before me, if they are coming, I must be able to fulfill their all desires. And that what we have seen in Baba. So this was one of the things. Other thing is that Baba, whenever, you see, he was, as he was approaching towards the final Karmatit stage, Baba, he was just, Baba had to make Purusharat to come to this body. As I was telling you, we used to go to Baba and ask, Baba, Baba, and then though eyes open and everything is there as he is seeing, but suddenly, Baba, yes, are you seeing anything? And then Baba had to make some Purusharat in coming this body, and then after listening, after speaking, Baba again used to go. Though it is not with the closed eye or so, no, open eye, everything, but mentally Baba used to be there more time. So let me ask myself whether I have to do Purusharat in leaving this body, in going to the subtle words and Paramdham and other, or I have to make Purusharat, to make Purusharat for coming in this body. Whether I take effort leaving the body or coming in the body. So what is our experience? Normal. We are mostly in the body, and leaving the body means mentally that effort I have to do. But the reverse stage is required. In the end, as we approach towards our karmatit stage, the final stage, then the days will come that physically I will be in the body, but mentally I will be more and more in the subtle regions, and then I had to make Purusharat to come in this body, coming in this body. This we also saw in Baba. And that is why after conquering, after leaving this body, Baba's, as I was telling you, was so shining and flexibility in the body. So in the disaster, in the end, these disasters will definitely come. More and more disasters now will come. And especially these natural calamities. So just see in each and every one what are the qualities, and accordingly if we try to inculcate these qualities, then as we are making friendship, and then neither this body nor this nature, external nature, they will attract us and they will not come in our way in attaining the stage of karmatit stage. Okay? So this is one thing. For this one, what is required? The mental empowerment. Because whenever any disaster falls, the ultimate effect is on the mind. So mental disaster comes. And we are not able to forget the event for the months and years to come. And this could be checked by our quality of sleep and quality of thoughts. Because if we want to make our mind strong, then three basic aspects to make the mind strong are: one is the quantity of thoughts. Because whenever some challenging situation comes in life, first thing is the quantity of thoughts increases a lot. Number of thoughts will start coming into mind, and mostly the negative thoughts. So first aspect is that one. Second aspect is the quality of thoughts. First is quantity of thought, second is quality of thoughts. Because whenever the challenging situation or something is coming, disaster, whatever type of problem, the quality of thoughts will go down. Negativity, more and more negativity will come. And due to this one, the third thing is the direction of thoughts. So this direction accordingly will be, when it is there, so more and more speed will be there. Because whenever the negative thoughts come, their speed is very fast. And one after another, number of thoughts will be coming. It will make a very, very big vicious cycle. Number of thoughts will come. So if I am able to check the quantity of thought, if by any means I can reduce the quantity of thoughts, and usually this quantity of thought is inversely proportional to quality of thoughts. Means if quantity is more, the quality is less. So if I want to reduce the quantity of thought, I have to enhance the quality of thoughts. And that what is done here in the meditation. To bring the positive thoughts, to bring the thoughts of empowerment. Oh, I am a powerful soul. I am soul away from this body. I am soul, just the victorious soul. Like that, powerful thoughts come. And that will, and how these thoughts become empowered? If I am able to give a particular direction to the thoughts. Usually thoughts go hayway, all directions. But in the high stage of meditation, we will be able to channelize our thoughts. In our childhood, or you must have seen, if we put a convex lens before the sun, then the solar rays, they are converged. Isn't it? And the same solar rays, they are able to burn the paper or whatever is there below the breeze. So it is simply the channelization, nothing else. So if we are able to channelize these thoughts, and this channelization will come if my subconscious mind is strong. In the conscious mind we are always trying to bring the empowerment, but actually this empowerment must come to our subconscious mind, because if once it comes to subconscious mind, then automatically the channelization of thoughts will be there, and in a particular direction we will be able to channelize the thoughts. So how to make this channelization? That we can check from our quality of sleep. You see, when we go to the bed, Baba also number of time emphasizes the quality of sleep. Once Baba came, and after Baba, when the Baba's Murli is over, Avyak Bab Dadas, then all our senior Dadis, they meet. You know all, isn't it? And at that quite a good number of years, some 15 years, 20 years back, when Baba used to come in meditation hall. So at that time, just I was sitting in the front row, and Dadis all were sitting near Baba. So Baba asked, Ki, what is the quality, what is the reason that 8 victorious souls, they distinguish themselves with other ones, and how this number 1, 2, 3, 4 also forms, how 1 is different from 8? Baba asked, and then Baba himself gave the reply. You see, though all the victorious souls, these, they are surrendered, their all time, energy, everything is dedicated for Baba's cause. But the only difference is in the sleep, in the quality of sleep. Because these victorious souls, they are doing Purusharat even during the sleep. And that is why their total Purusharat becomes much more in comparison of other, because during sleep also, during those 5, 6, 7, 8 whatever hours are there, they are earning, and that is why that Purusharat makes them distinguished, separate them from all other souls. So we have to check repeatedly again and again that what is my quality of sleep, because in my quality of sleep, if I make myself stronger and stronger, then in this subconscious mind, then my thoughts will empower, and they will help me at the end during the time of disasters. And if powerful thoughts are there during whatever the disaster, I will see from my eyes that, oh, so much water is there, people are perishing, my near and dears, relatives, they are dying. But that is not going to affect me. That is what is required, that what Baba wants. And that will be attained only if I make my subconscious, that is a big subject, how to make the subconscious mind strong. But this subconscious mind is going to help us even during the sleep, even in the last time during the disaster, and in all adverse situations. So this I have to make myself strong, my thought power, and ultimately these disasters, they will be the source of taking me up and up near my Karmatit stage, the final stage. Okay? Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Any question, please? Anything? Yes? Question. Just a minute. There is an announcement. Brother Manush from Trinidad You are requested to go to bank counter, please. Brother Manush from Trinidad, please. Yes. 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 Right. Right. Yes. Mm. Well, environment is such a big subject that the governments or the whole country, NGOs, if everybody participate, then this some environmental degradation that could be stopped or lessened. What we can do at our level is, as we have done here in Gyan Sarovar and at our places, everywhere, here also we are trying to utilize the alternate sources of energy also. See, our whole cooking is from the solar systems, the steam making, etc. Whatever we can do at our level, but we can't stop the other ones who are not in our control. So, but we can do whatever at our level that we are doing. Here, at least in Mount Abu, in Taleti also, Madhuban also, everywhere we are trying to minimize the use of the oil and kerosene and petrol like that. But there is a limit to it, isn't it? We have to keep a balance between the two. And as I said that this nature, so human nature and the external nature, they have got great interconnection. So at this level that our nature we can refine, we can do a lot, and that's what we are doing. But at external level there is only some limit where we can go, and we are trying. That is why so many plants that here we have grown in Peace Park, everybody appreciate. But it is a sort of drop in ocean for the whole world if we consider that one. But we can't help, because this pollution is omnipresent, not only at that level but at the mental level, social level, religious, everywhere the pollution has got in. So we can't help, and that is why it is known as Kali Yuga, Iron Age. Everything is polluted, nothing is pure. But for us, whatever possible we are trying to do. Yes? Offering of Bhog. Oh. I don't think so, but in the sense that offering of Bhog, it is a sort of sign of respect for Baba, and then accepting that Bhog. Bhog means not only that Bhog of Guruvar only Thursday, but whatever we eat, we offer first to Baba and then accept it. So for that, with that one, what is there, that if everything whatever we offer to Baba, then it purifies, there some power, spiritual power, vibrations is filled in it, and when we accept it, we also get the spiritual power. But as you are telling, that purifying of 5 elements, isn't it? So this we are doing because first of all we are purifying these 5 elements, this body. So we are trying not to do anything wrong against the maryadas and dharnas, isn't it? Trying to be away from the lust and anger, greed. These all are associated with this one, because whatever thing is, though it is in the soul, but it is manifested through this body. So if we are not manifesting these negative things through this body, it means we are purifying this body. And that is why the mental pollution, we say, we are having one exhibition, now the mental pollution is responsible for all the environmental pollution also. Here outside, just this reference, outside of this hall, one exhibition has been put, disaster awareness exhibition. So in that one, along with some 7-8 aspect of disasters, means earthquake, flood, famine, fire, electricity, diseases, etc. So in that one, each picture is having some 8 pictures, small pictures. So those pictures represent the before the disaster, whatever preparation is to be made, then during the disaster and after the disaster. These are the physical aspect. Because along with this mental preparation, we should also know, and they are very general type of things, that if the earthquake comes, what are the precautions to be taken. Similarly, if the flood comes, because why I am explaining, this is in Hindi, but the pictures, they are there, they are self-explanatory. So these some 8-9 pictures are pertaining to that physical aspects of disaster. Then in some other pictures, the interconnection between the human nature and the external nature, that has been shown. And further, how the nature represent different type of values represented by nature, A to Z, that is there. And the interconnection between the science and spirituality, because whatever at the physical level we are seeing, it is mostly governed by the science and technology. So science and technology on one part, and spirituality, as Einstein said, one of the, you see, the father of the modern science, that science and spirituality are complementary to each other. Science without spirituality is lame, and spirituality without science is blind. So blind and lame fellow, if they both combine, then they can attain their goal much faster. So what is required is the science and spirituality going together. So some pictures are pertaining to that one. Another picture is that nature is having 2 meanings, and if we want to bring heaven, as Baba says, Satyuga, so that is possible only if both these natures are controlled. You see, the external nature we are exploring through science. The earth, it is being explored, or nowadays exploited, and the petrol and minerals, water, whatever we want, we get from the earth. Similarly, through the water, this electricity is generated, dam, etc. And similarly with the solar energy. And the ether, in that one, the outside satellites, they are actually the science and technology. With the help of satellites, the communication is made much faster. Within seconds we can communicate to any corner of the world. Why? Because satellites, they have been left in the space, and with the help of those satellites, the communication is possible. So this is outside nature and the human nature. Human nature that controls these external natures, they bring this prosperity, but the mental prosperity is brought through the internal nature. The peace, happiness, contentment, all these things, they come through our internal nature. So pertaining, so there are few pictures, about some 16 or 17 pictures are there, you can see, and we are trying to get it printed in English also, but as on today, the pictures are there, quite pictures, number of pictures, they are self-explanatory. So if something is not you are not able to understand, then I am also always available in the training center, there in academy office, we can explain, and some book is being printed, that will take time, but in some of the science and environment, that book is there, that is available in English also, some of the pictures pertaining to environment, nature, science and spirituality, and Raj Yoga meditation, the thought wave communication with the Supreme, that is Raj Yoga. So these pictures, they are also there in this disaster management exhibition. So both the aspect of disaster, the physical aspect as well as the mental aspect of disasters, they have been shown in this exhibition. As and when you find time, you can go through the exhibition and try to understand it.